Welcome to a journey deep into the forgotten corners of South America, where ancient ruins whisper stories of lost civilizations. From ruins hidden in the jungle to those standing in the middle of the desert, these places hold secrets that even modern science struggles to explain. Each site is a powerful reminder of human ingenuity, mystery, and the fragile line between history and legend. These are not just ruins, but wonders you must see once in your life. Because once you do, you'll never see the world the same way again. Sacsayhuaman stuns visitors with stone blocks weighing up to 200 tons, fitted so tightly that not even a sheet of paper fits between. It features 3 massive zigzag walls, each stretching nearly 1,300 feet long and standing around 20 feet tall. The entire structure was built without mortar, wheels, or metal tools, which remains an unexplained mystery. Even today, experts cannot fully understand how the Inca moved and assembled such perfect stonework. Some believe the layout resembles a giant eagle with open wings, a sacred symbol in Inca tradition. Many visitors meditate among the stones, believing they hold spiritual energy and ancient wisdom. Ollantaytambo stands out with giant stones weighing over 50 tons, transported from quarries miles away, leaving modern engineers in awe. This was the place where the Inca gained a rare victory against the Spanish in 1537 by diverting the river to flood the valley. Steep terraces served both as farmland and strategic walls, transforming the entire site into a natural fortress. Stones at the temple were joined so perfectly that even a thin blade cannot fit between them. People still live in original Inca stone houses, keeping the ancient city layout unchanged for centuries. Today, Ollantaytambo stands as living proof of the blend of military genius, religion, and daily life of the Inca. Ciudad Perdida is an ancient city built in the 9th century, hidden deep in the jungle and nearly 4,000 feet above sea level. The entire site was built by hand using stone, with more than 160 round terraces, plazas, and pathways seamlessly linked. Visitors must hike for several days and climb over 1,200 steep stone steps to reach it. The city was once a major religious and political center that could hold up to 8,000 people at the same time. From the top, the view covers the entire green valley, wrapped in mist and filled with the sounds of the forest. Ciudad Perdida is not just ruins, but a gateway into an ancient world that was swallowed by jungle for over 400 years. Huaca Pucllana is an adobe pyramid nearly 85 feet tall, standing firm for over 1,500 years in the middle of a modern city. It was built entirely by hand, using millions of upright earth bricks stacked in a bookcase pattern to absorb ground movement. This was once a major ceremonial hub, with rituals including human offerings, pottery smashing, and spiritual blessings before rebuilding. The local faith centered around the sea, shown by shark waves and marine figures found on ancient pottery. In the heart of a busy city, Huaca Pucllana still stands like a crack in time, pointing back to a sacred past. Cerro Pintados amazes, with more than 450 giant figures stretching almost 2 miles across the dry desert. These images date from 700 to 1500, existing centuries before Europeans reached South America. The method was unusual, removing the light surface soil to reveal darker ground and create huge, visible shapes. The figures include animals, humans, and abstract symbols, like a visual language not yet understood. It is both outdoor art and an archaeological mystery that still puzzles experts. Isla del Sol is famous as the place where the sun first appeared, making it one of the most sacred centers of the Inca. The island sits on Lake Titicaca at more than 12,500 feet, creating a breathtaking and mysterious landscape. With an area of about 5 square miles, the island holds hundreds of ancient ruins still valuable to archaeology. The ancient stone terraces prove the amazing skills of the Inca in fighting erosion and managing nature. Ritual structures here were once used to track the sun and organize accurate farming calendars. Today, Isla del Sol still makes visitors feel like stepping back in time to a lost civilization. Wiñay Wayna stands out for its farming terraces clinging to steep slopes, serving both agriculture and sacred building foundations. The steps stretch through misty forest, creating a landscape both majestic and mysterious. The site is built at about 8,700 feet high, offering open views of rivers and dense forest below. Stone stairways and ancient fountains still work today, showing building skills beyond their time. Its name, meaning forever young, comes from orchids blooming year-round, symbolizing eternal life. Wiñay Wayna is not just a structure, but a living experience of harmony between humans, nature, and belief. Chan Chan stands as the largest adobe city on Earth, covering about 8 square miles and surviving for over 1,000 years in a harsh desert. It was the capital of the Chimu Kingdom, home to over 3,000 people, with plazas, storehouses, and carefully planned streets. Its walls rise 30 feet high, built only from earth, sand, and water, yet still resist the strong desert winds. The Chimu created massive food and water storage systems that supported prosperity for centuries. Today, Chan Chan remains a grand testimony to the intelligence and endurance of an ancient civilization. Huaca Pucllana stands out, with its ruins hanging on a mountainside like a fortress floating in the clouds of the Andes Range. It was built in the 15th century for King Wiracocha, serving both as a retreat and as a symbol of Inca power. The giant stone walls fitted with adobe amaze visitors with earthquake-resistant building skills made without any modern binding material. The large Calanca spaces once welcomed royal entourages and ceremonies carrying the spiritual strength of an ancient civilization. The experience today offers rare peacemaking. Visitors feel directly connected with the past age of the Inca. Nazca lines are seen as a giant puzzle on the ground, attracting scientists and visitors for decades. Huge drawings of killer whales, spiders, hummingbirds, and abstract designs still remain after centuries. Some figures exceed 1,000 feet, so the full view can only be seen from airplanes or high mountains. A common theory is that they reflect astronomy knowledge, helping people track farming seasons and natural cycles. Other scholars think they were ritual sites where lines marked the path of ceremonies. Nazca lines are priceless archaeology and an unsolved mystery that fascinates the whole world. Tipon is amazing because its ancient water system has worked non-stop for 500 years without pumps or any power source. Water from a natural spring is split into equal streams, using channels built with exact slopes measured to the inch. The stone channels are so smartly made that the water flows smoothly and creates sounds like meditation music. Tipon is not just ruins. It's living proof of the Incas' advanced civil engineering. Pachacamac stands out as the largest pilgrimage center in the Andes, where ancient people believed the creator god could give prophecies. The huge adobe structures, with more than 20 temples and pyramids, still rise in the desert. The Temple of the Sun, nearly 100 feet tall, was built on high ground to show the sacred link between humans, gods, and the ocean. Human and animal sacrifices once happened here, reflecting strong faith in divine protection. Today, Pachacamac is a window of history, letting modern people see ancient faith, power, and art. Tambo Mache is often called the sacred fountain of the Inca, where architecture, religion, and nature blend into a unique whole. Stone terraces bring water from 2,400 feet high, split into smaller streams that still flow evenly after centuries. Massive stones were carved precisely and joined tightly, forming walls that served both defensive and sacred purposes. The Inca believed this was a holy place for rituals connecting human spirit with the divine power of water and the sun. Tambo Mache is one of the clearest examples of harmony between hydraulic engineering, religion, and the natural landscape. Rakchi is seen as one of the largest and holiest sites, with a temple more than 300 feet long and 65 feet high. Its design shows mastery by using solid stone for foundations and lighter adobe to raise the walls. Inside are more than 150 round storehouses about 26 feet wide, vital for keeping food and sacred items. The water system was tied to cleansing rituals, reflecting the belief that water connected humans and gods. The ancient setting created a majestic feeling, making it a key ceremonial point in past culture. Rakchi stands as living proof of the blend of architecture, belief, and community strength. Isla de la Luna was once a sacred land where men were forbidden because the Inca believed it belonged only to goddesses and virgins serving sacred rituals. Young girls were chosen to live in seclusion on the island, learning to weave sacred cloth, perform rituals, and connect with ancient spirits. People believed that during every full moon, the ancestors would silently return to guide the hidden ceremonies. The island is only about 2 miles long, but carries spiritual power that goes far beyond any physical space. Life here is fully separated from modernity, with no hotels, no electricity, and nothing but raw, untouched simplicity. Isla de la Luna feels like a living memory from the ancient past that still quietly exists in today's world. Tiwanaku is seen as the birthplace of the world in Andean myth, where the first humans came from the earth, led by gods. The Gate of the Sun, carved from a 10-ton stone, still stands as a sacred symbol of ancient power and knowledge. Giant statues 23 feet tall, carved with complex designs and ritual objects, show images of divine kings. Stone blocks cut at perfect 90-degree angles with unknown methods make this site one of the world's great mysteries. The Tiwanaku people developed raised field farming, turning the cold plateau into home for tens of thousands. Today, Tiwanaku is not just ruins, but a place where people connect with faith myth and limitless creativity. San Agustin Archaeological Park stuns with more than 500 giant stone statues, many over 20 feet tall, showing humans, animals, and mythical beings. The site sits at about 5,700 feet, surrounded by green mountains and valleys, giving it a sacred view. It was once an important religious and political center of an ancient culture that mysteriously vanished. Burial mounds and tombs here reflect elaborate rituals and belief in the afterlife. The statues are both real and surreal, with smiling faces, wide eyes, or solemn looks. Today, San Agustin Archaeological Park is a World Heritage Site, proving timeless art and wisdom. Uchisa is the only place in Turkey where an entire mountain over 200 feet tall was completely hollowed out by hand to become a living fortress. Inside, there are more than 100 rooms, tunnels, and windows, all interconnected, forming a vertical defense system carved into the mountain. There are no outer walls, but the steep natural shape of the rock works as a protective barrier against any external invasion. Some internal passages can carry sound from top to bottom, acting like a natural stone communication system for alerts and coordination. The formation looks like an upside-down volcano with sharp channels cutting through from the summit to the base like alien architecture. Al-Hasa is where humans did not build on stone, but transformed the stone itself into a living stronghold, blending survival and creativity. Tierra Dentro is not a cold monument, but an inverted city for the dead with vivid carvings and deep spiritual meaning. The deepest level goes down to 23 feet by spiral stone stairs opening to a round space with a center column like a soul's home. Walls are painted with mineral red, white, and black, showing mystical forms like a sacred story with no words. The inner space is balanced and well ventilated, showing advanced design and deep sense of structure beyond its time. Tierra Dentro is a memory in stone about life after death, told through art structure and undying faith. Avanos stands out with pottery making that has lasted over 4,000 years using unique red clay taken from the longest river in Turkey. Artisans here still use traditional kick wheels and ancient hand techniques to create delicate works full of living cultural value. Underground caves and carved rooms dating back thousands of years were once used as shelters and storage by ancient civilizations. The town is filled with stone houses from the 19th century, reflecting a blend of Greek and Armenian architectural styles. Avanos is one of the rare places where the rhythm of ancient craft lives on, turning each ceramic piece into a memory of history. Puma Punku amazes archaeologists with giant blocks weighing up to 130 tons, standing at more than 2,600 feet high on a cold plateau. Stones 26 feet long and 17 feet wide were cut and fitted so tight that a blade cannot pass between them. The most famous are H-shaped blocks with perfect 90-degree angles, grooves, and drill holes as if made by modern tools. The stone used is andesite and granite, very hard material, yet carved with a method still unknown. Studies suggest it was built around 500 AD, but some theories claim it is much older. Puma Punku is not only ruins, but a living mystery that makes humanity keep questioning ancient intelligence. Chincana is seen as one of the most mysterious Inca works, with confusing passages and small underground rooms like a maze carved in mountain stone. Inside it feels like stepping into a parallel world, testing the wisdom and courage of those who enter. Stones were cut neatly and fitted tightly, resisting harsh highland weather while keeping impressive durability. Archaeologists believe it was not just for living, but also a center for religious and cultural training. In local belief, Chincana is sacred, tied to the legend of the birth of the Inca civilization. Chincana has become a place where archaeology, legend, and the nature blend, leaving unforgettable memories. Akapana Pyramid is known for its shape, a 7-level stepped pyramid built with earth and covered by stone blocks weighing many tons. It was seen as a sacred artificial mountain, symbolizing the center of the universe for the Tiwanaku people. A refined water channel system ran through the levels, blending ritual purpose with cosmic meaning. At 2,500 feet high, it carried belief that humans could connect directly with divine forces. Remains show sacrifices happened here, reflecting faith in rain and thunder as sources of survival. Akapana Pyramid is therefore not just architecture, but proof of ancient Andean religious thought. Serra da Capivara stuns with prehistoric rock paintings considered the largest collection of rock art in the Americas. Located in northeastern Brazil, the site spans hundreds of square miles with dramatic sandstone landscapes. Remarkably, its rock paintings are over 25,000 years old, showing hunting rituals and daily life of ancient people. The region also holds deep canyons, massive rock shelters, and narrow valleys, forming a rare and unique ecosystem. Serra da Capivara is not only an archaeological treasure, but also living proof of the earliest human presence in the Americas. Today, it is a World Heritage Site, attracting scientists and visitors from across the globe. Cueva de las Manos, or Cave of the Hands, is located in the Pinturas River Valley of Patagonia and is famous for its rock art dating back between 9,000 and 13,000 years. Its most distinctive feature is hundreds of human hand stencils in red, black, white, and yellow, created by spraying pigment around hands pressed to the rock surface. The paintings also depict guanaco hunting scenes, native animals, and abstract geometric shapes reflecting the life and beliefs of hunter-gatherer communities. Overlapping layers of artwork indicate that the site was used during multiple periods in history. Pukara de Tilcara is a pre-Columbian fortress located in the Quebrada de Humahuaca highlands of northwestern Argentina, dating back around 1,000 years. Built by the Tilcara people of the Omaguaca culture, it occupies a strategic hilltop position that offers sweeping views of the surrounding valley. In the 15th century, it was expanded by the Inca and used as a hub for trade and military control. Pucara de Tilcara is not only an important archaeological site, but also a testament to the cultural exchange among Andean civilizations. Pukara de Quitor is an ancient fortress of the Atacameño people, located on a rocky hillside overlooking the San Pedro River Valley in northern Chile. Its strategic position allowed control over trade routes and surveillance of the valley, playing a key role in defending the community against external threats. In the 15th century, it was taken over and modified by the Inca before falling to Spanish colonial forces in the 16th century. Today, Pukara de Quitor has been partially restored, enabling visitors to walk along its ancient walls, take in the majestic Atacama desert views, and learn about the resilient history of its indigenous inhabitants. Rapa Nui, also known as Easter Island, lies in the Pacific Ocean and is world famous for its nearly 900 massive moai statues positioned along the coast and ceremonial sites. Some of these statues stand over 10 meters tall and weigh tens of tons, carved from volcanic rock at the Rano Raraku quarry, and transported to their current locations by methods still debated. Researchers believe the moai represent ancestors or important community figures, reflecting the unique social structure and beliefs of the Rapa Nui people. The combination of striking volcanic landscapes and large-scale archaeological heritage has earned Rapa Nui UNESCO World Heritage status and made it a uniquely captivating destination for travelers worldwide. Rub al-Khali is one of the driest places on Earth, with some years showing no rainfall at all, making the environment almost impossible for life. Covering about 25,000 square miles, it holds the record as the largest continuous sand desert stretching across several nations of the Arabian Peninsula. Its massive dunes reach up to 800 feet, constantly shifting with the wind and creating a harsh and unstable landscape. Yet thousands of years ago, this land was filled with rivers, lakes, and fertile ecosystems where both humans and large animals thrived. Beneath the dry sands, fossils and ancient carvings have been uncovered, revealing evidence of a past full of life and culture. Today, the vast sea of sand glowing under sunlight makes Rub al Khali appear like a surreal vision of another world beyond Earth. Moreeb Dune is called the Everest of the desert because it rises nearly 990 feet, making it one of the tallest sand dunes on Earth. Its scenery combines giant dunes, deep blue skies, and red sunsets, creating a dramatic and unforgettable desert landscape. With slopes reaching 50 degrees, Moreeb Dune is an extreme challenge for off-road drivers as well as daring climbers. It hosts famous car and camel races in the Arabian desert, attracting huge crowds and international attention every year. The appeal lies not only in its unique landscape, but also in the spirit of conquering heights it represents. Today, Moreeb Dune stands as a cultural icon and a hub for extreme desert sports. Wadi Al Salam is the largest cemetery in the world with over 6 million graves, continuously active for more than 1,400 years as a symbol of faith and history. This site spans over 2 square miles, with tombs so densely packed that they form a silent city of the dead across the barren desert. It even contains multi-level underground chambers, built like solid structures to serve prominent families over generations. During war times, Wadi Al Salam saw up to 200 burials daily, highlighting the devastating toll of prolonged conflict. Despite repeated bombings, the cemetery endures thanks to the devotion of millions of pilgrims visiting each year. Wadi Al Salam is more than a graveyard. It is a living heritage of memory, belief, and national identity. Wahiba Sands is a harsh desert where the sand shifts from golden to fiery orange and blood red, glowing brightest at sunset. Towering dunes, hundreds of feet high, are carved by winds into waves, forming surreal moving landscapes that leave visitors in awe. It is a famous adventure destination, offering dune driving, camel riding, and overnight camping directly on the massive sandhills. At night, the sky free of light pollution turns Wahiba Sands into a rare natural observatory where the Milky Way is clearly visible. Its fierce and blazing beauty has led many filmmakers to use it as a backdrop for alien worlds. These qualities make Wahiba Sands a powerful desert symbol, where humans are both challenged and captivated. Siwa Oasis leaves a lasting impression as a remote desert outpost over 300 miles from the Nile, yet filled with hundreds of freshwater lakes and natural springs. Alexander the Great once came here seeking prophecy, proving the spiritual importance of this land in ancient history. Ancient mud brick walls still stand tall against wind and sand, showing how long this civilization has endured harsh conditions. The people of Siwa speak their own language and follow traditions completely different from the rest of Egypt, preserving deep cultural roots. Traditional sand burial therapy continues today, drawing international interest in its natural healing effects. Siwa is now part of Egypt's National Development Plan, focused on sustainable tourism and cultural heritage preservation. Qeshm Island is the largest island of Iran, with a length of about 85 miles located in the Persian Gulf, and famous for its wild and rare landscapes. Its shape looks like a dolphin when seen from above, creating a unique symbol on the map of Iran. Limestone mountains on the island were eroded for millions of years, forming surreal valleys and canyons. The island has the longest natural salt cave in the world, over 4 miles long, making it a geological wonder. Qeshm is known for strange geological events caused by tectonic movement, which constantly reshapes its land. With ancient rock layers millions of years old, Qeshm is like a living outdoor geology museum that fascinates explorers. Wadi Rum is a red sandstone desert, once chosen by NASA and filmmakers to simulate Mars due to its arid terrain and surreal reddish tones. Massive vertical rock walls rise nearly 2,000 feet across the area, forming giant natural barriers in a landscape nearly free of sand dunes. Unlike the typical image of a desert, this is a maze of jagged stone formations, constantly shifting in shape under the sun in an open, rocky space. some of the largest rock masses have naturally eroded into stone bridges, stretching hundreds of feet across deep, dramatic canyons. Over 25,000 carvings and 2,000 ancient drawings remain on the rocks, depicting hunting scenes, daily life, and spiritual beliefs of prehistoric inhabitants. Archaeologists view this site as an outdoor archive, preserving early human traces in one of the harshest desert environments on Earth. Burda Rock Bridge has a bold, arching shape connecting two massive rocks, earning it the name Gateway to the Sky in this harsh desert land. The rock bridge formed naturally over millions of years through wind, water, and strong geological movement without any human intervention. With no stairs or safety equipment, climbers must use their hands to cross narrow gaps, steep faces, and sharp natural ledges. It ranks among the most stunning rock arches on Earth, still untouched and celebrated for its raw, natural beauty. Fruth Rock Bridge is the most photogenic natural stone arch in Jordan, especially when seen from below, like a giant time gate in the desert. With its thin and balanced shape, the arch looks like a narrow stone ribbon, stretched between two giant rock towers, creating a striking view from afar. It has been chosen by many adventure brands as a symbol of human limits and the will to go beyond. This rare mix of visual beauty, accessibility, and challenge makes it a landmark where art and danger stand in perfect balance. Khazali is known as an open stone book in the desert where each square foot of rock preserves a key chapter in humanity's ancient spiritual journey. On its stone walls are hundreds of carvings over 2,000 years old, including Nabatean Talmudic letters and early Christian symbols engraved side by side. The canyon stretches about 328 feet long, but narrows to only a few feet wide, making visitors feel like stepping through a frozen crack in history. Inside it stays cool and dim, since sunlight barely enters, creating a powerful contrast with the blazing heat outside. Khazali is not just a geological marvel, but a living memory corridor, linking faith, civilization, and time. Wadi Al-Hasa is one of the longest natural canyons in Jordan, stretching over 15 miles, with terrain shifting from dry cliffs to narrow flowing streams. Its water flows year-round in every season, supporting continuous life for thousands of years within an otherwise dry region. Trekkers here can encounter desert sand, shallow streams, mineral mud, and small waterfalls, all within a single, adventurous route. The canyon's limestone layers preserve fossils of ancient marine creatures, showing this land was once under a vast ocean. The scenery constantly changes as water carves new deep holes, slippery slides, and tight passages along the winding path. Jabal Shams is the highest point in the country and the first to be lit by sunlight each day, unveiling one of the most majestic dawn views in the region. The summit reaches nearly 900 to 800 feet and drops below 50 degrees at night, making it one of the most extreme and surreal climates in the region. Many natural rock formations here have been surveyed by NASA scientists due to terrain similarities with the surface of Mars. Vertical cliffs plunge over 3,300 feet, revealing folded stone layers, natural fractures, and ancient sediments formed millions of years ago. Each morning, clouds float halfway up the mountain, giving the summit the illusion of hovering above the earth. Jabal Shams is not only the tallest peak on the Arabian Peninsula, but a meeting point between geology space and the final edge of depth. Qeshm is the only place on Earth with hundreds of fairy chimney rock columns formed by volcanic erosion over more than 60 million years. Many of these rocks have been surveyed by NASA scientists because their texture and color closely resemble the Martian surface. Most of the stone towers are hollowed out into homes, chapels, and tunnels that connect through the mountain from thousands of years ago. Despite enduring countless earthquakes, these soft stone structures still stand thanks to their deep carved mountain architecture. Qeshm is a strange intersection between natural sculpture and ancient civilization, where both time and gravity seem to slow down. At every sunrise, hundreds of hot air balloons rise over the red rocks, creating a surreal landscape that feels like another world. Love Valley is one of the few places on Earth where natural erosion sculpted hundreds of stone pillars that resemble organic human forms. Some towers reach up to 130 feet, with curved bodies and pointed tops, earning them the nickname "fossilized memories of primal life." The color of the stone changes with humidity, an angle sometimes shifting from silver gray to deep red in just minutes when clouds move overhead. Photographers often describe the valley as a surreal biological gallery accidentally created by wind and time. Some scientists have suggested that these rock forms resemble shapes recorded in Martian surface data. Love Valley is not just bizarre in form, but a visual experiment where nature memory and the human subconscious collide. Red Valley in Turkey is famous for its natural red rock formations shaped by volcanic ash, creating a majestic landscape that looks like a wonder from another planet. The colors constantly shift, from pale pink in the morning to deep red and dark orange at sunset, making the scenery appear magical. Cliffs rise hundreds of feet high with towers, domes, and sharp ridges, forming a gigantic, natural maze of stone. Sunset at Red Valley is considered one of the most beautiful in the world, when the entire valley glows like an ocean of fire. The mix of vivid colors, dramatic shapes, and massive scale has turned Red Valley into one of the most iconic landscapes in Turkey. Rose Valley is famous for its natural pink rocks that change color, with light making the landscape feel like it belongs to another planet. The valley features wave-shaped cliffs and sharp stone spires formed over millions of years by wind and water erosion. Its caves and ancient churches were hand-carved into the cliffs, with some frescoes surviving for centuries without restoration. Certain rock passages naturally amplify sound, creating an echo effect like a stone theater in the open air. Winding trails lead to secret viewpoints, offering an unlimited sense of exploration for adventurers who keep going. From morning to sunset, the valley's colors constantly shift, making Rose Valley the most shape-shifting landscape in Turkey. Mount Erciyes rises over 12,700 feet and stays snowy all year, like a giant ice pyramid filled with legends and sacred strength. In Greek mythology, it is linked to Argyros, the giant warrior, and was once chosen by Zeus to show divine power. Though the volcano is long dormant, black basalt rocks still show marks from prehistoric times. In winter, more than 60 miles of snowy slopes circle the mountain, covered in mist and frost. When summer comes, melting snow forms icy streams, and fog rises through dark rock fields. Dead Sea surprises the world as people can float on their backs without using hands or feet to stay up. The salt is so strong that no large creatures can survive, turning it into a dead sea that still looks stunning. Salt along the shore forms weird shapes like frozen scales or white coral, making it feel like another planet. The mineral mud below is full of nutrients often used by top spas for healing and beauty care. Sunbathing is safer here because of low UV rays, and the high air pressure helps with easier breathing. Dead Sea combines surreal beauty healing powers and strange physics into one unbelievable experience. Ein Gedi is stunning with green plants, waterfalls and flowing streams in a cracked desert that stays dry year-round. Thick trees grow along the water, giving shade to animals like ibex, rock rabbits, and forest birds. Above are steep mountain cliffs, thousands of feet tall, where you can view the deep blue sea and far valleys. Nearby, ruins show people lived here over 2,000 years ago with deep spiritual beliefs. Wild herbs growing here were once used for sacred oils and beauty in ancient rituals. Ein Gedi is the only place in this region where you can walk in a stream while standing in the heart of the desert. Ein Bokek is his world famous for sitting over 1,360 feet below sea level, making it the lowest wellness resort people can easily visit. The sea here stays completely still, reflecting the sky like a mirror and creating surreal sunsets over salt-covered land. Salt on the shore doesn't melt, but forms thick white patches like snow, giving a strange visual in the heat. Spas here use black mud and salty mineral water to treat skin issues, joint pain, and long-term fatigue. Weaker UV rays make sunbathing safer and more comfortable even for people with sensitive skin. Ein Bokek is not just a travel spot, but the region's largest natural recovery center for those who heal through minerals. Masada marks one of the most tragic and heroic stories in ancient history, where an entire community chose death over surrender. Its location, over 1,300 feet high, turned it into a nearly invincible fortress against direct assault. The long siege and mass suicide made Masada a timeless symbol of resistance. The ruins still include bathhouses, storerooms, defensive walls, and traces of ancient life. Today, visitors can reach the summit by cable car or follow the ancient path to see the sweeping view below. Masada stands as living proof of courage that rises above both circumstance and time. Wadi Mujib is one of the few places where you swim in cool water while looking up at cliffs over 650 feet tall on both sides. The scene makes you forget the desert, as if you've stepped into a prehistoric world. The terrain constantly shifts from falls to whirlpools to tight gaps, making each step a new adventure. Rare plants and animals survive here thanks to year-round water in a harsh, dry climate. In rainy season, flash floods can swallow the whole canyon, turning it into a giant natural water slide. Wadi Mujib proves life grows strongest in the toughest corners of Earth. White Desert is where light and stone create a non-stop show where every hour reveals a new scene. Giant limestone towers shaped by time look like pillars, frozen clouds, or ancient creatures. Wind glides through rock gaps, echoing like the slow breath of a living landscape. The night sky here is so clear, you can see the Milky Way and star clusters drifting near the ground. No music or words are needed. This place tells its story through stone and light to anyone who watches. White Desert is where nature explains nothing, yet says everything if you stay quiet and feel it. Black Desert impresses with hundreds of cone-shaped hills covered in black volcanic rock, each about 330 feet tall, resembling miniature volcanoes in the middle of the desert. The scenery is a bold contrast between dark basalt and the red and yellow sands, making the place feel like another planet. Basalt and dolomite layers formed from ancient volcanic eruptions millions of years ago, leaving a burned, rough surface across the desert. At night, the desert becomes a perfect stargazing site, thanks to dry air, clear skies, and zero artificial light pollution. Bahariya Oasis became world-famous after the discovery of the Valley of the Golden Mummies, with hundreds of gold-covered bodies preserved for over 2,000 years. In the middle of a dry desert, it holds hundreds of natural hot springs that keep flowing, making it a rare life zone in harsh surroundings. Black basalt hills rise among red sand, creating a strong and mysterious visual contrast. The sand changes color with sunlight from yellow to orange to purple, making the whole area feel like it's moving through time. Fossils and ancient metalworking remains show this was once a center for wine and mineral production in ancient Egypt. Bahariya Oasis is a surprising meeting point between life minerals mummies and raw desert nature. Dasht-e Kavir is the largest salt desert in Iran, covering about 30,000 square miles, known for giant hexagon salt patterns across the ground. Its surface holds salt layers several feet thick with mud, beneath trapping anyone who dares to cross. Light changes turn the land surreal white by day, orange at sunset, and silver under the moon. Sand dunes, hundreds of feet tall, rise among salt flats, creating dramatic contrast. In history, it was a natural wall, forcing caravans to travel hundreds of miles around shifting ancient trade routes. Today, Dasht-e Kavir is an adventure site where people camp, stargaze, and feel like stepping on another planet. Chogha Zanbil is one of the few surviving ziggurats built over 3,000 years ago. Originally about 170 feet tall with 5 step levels. The monument was made of millions of mud bricks, many stamped with ancient cuneiform, showing the growth of language and culture. It was not a burial site, but a sacred religious center for a chief god, showing deep spiritual faith. Around it stood a wide complex of walls, temples, and palaces, proving it was once a holy city. Today, Chogha Zanbil is a World Heritage Site and a rare symbol of creativity and spirit of an ancient civilization. Yazd impresses with hundreds of tall wind catchers acting like natural air conditioners, helping people survive desert heat above 110 degrees. The city is almost entirely built from mud brick and clay, giving it a golden brown color, blending with the surrounding dry landscape. Underground Qanat channels stretch for dozens of miles, bringing water from afar, turning this place into a man-made oasis lasting for millennia. Yazd is also the center of Zoroastrian faith, where a sacred fire has burned for more than 1,500 years, showing ancient spiritual continuity. For centuries, the city was an essential stop on the Silk Road, linking merchants traveling between Asia and Europe. Recognized by UNESCO, Yazd stands as a World Heritage City, a desert settlement unlike any other in the world. Wadi Bani Khalid is praised as the green jewel of Oman, with crystal pools hidden among steep rocky cliffs, forming a rare scene. Water flows all year, bringing abundant life into harsh land where most valleys stay dry. Natural pools, some dozens of feet deep, make it a perfect spot for swimming and relaxing. Lush palm trees give shade along the banks, turning it into a small paradise in wild surroundings. This precious water has long supported local farming and kept traditional ways of life. Wadi Bani Khalid is not only a travel site, but also proof of harmony between people and nature. Maranjab Desert stands out with golden dunes, nearly 300 feet tall, stretching endlessly and changing shapes under wind, making a moving landscape. Between dunes lie shining salt fields, reflecting bright light, turning the whole scene magical. The sand is fine, every step leaves a deep mark, making the journey unforgettable. A fortress built in the 17th century still remains, once sheltering caravans across harsh land. Today, Maranjab Desert attracts visitors for camping, stargazing, and feeling the deep silence of nature. Al-Hasa Oasis is seen as the largest oasis in the world, where nature, history, and culture coexisted for millennia. The area has hundreds of springs feeding more than 2.5 million palms, making a green land in dry desert. Its rich date production made it a farming and trade hub since ancient times. Archaeological finds show people lived here for over 6,000 years, proving rare stability. Today, Al-Hasa Oasis is an eco and cultural tourism site showing human resilience in harsh land. Wadi Shab is famous for a hidden waterfall inside a cave that can only be seen by swimming through a narrow gap, like unlocking an ancient secret. The emerald water reflects dazzling light between high cliffs, making travelers feel like stepping into a mythical oasis in the dry desert. The adventure begins with a short boat ride before a 3-mile hike across landscapes that are both wild and mysterious. Along the trail, many natural pools appear as perfect resting spots where visitors can swim and relax before continuing deeper. The journey ends with a shining waterfall inside a dark cave, creating an unforgettable adventure experience. Khuluts stands out as a giant stone city shaped by wind and sand over thousands of years, looking like another planet. Towers and walls stretch for miles, forming shapes like castles or abandoned palaces. Sunlight changes the formations from golden to orange to dark brown, making the landscape look alive. From above, the whole area looks like a huge empty city with natural streets and squares. Wind and seasonal floods created this masterpiece, making geologists see it as an open-air laboratory. The mix of surreal scenery and Persian legends makes Khuluts a rare and mysterious destination. Mount Damavand rises over 18,600 feet, making it the highest volcano in Asia and a great symbol of Iran. Its perfect cone shape stands apart from the surrounding range, creating a majestic, lonely appearance. On its slopes, hot springs and sulfur vents show the hidden activity of a volcano still alive. The scenery changes by season, with snowy winters and green meadows full of wildflowers in summer. In the Persian epic, Shahnameh Damavand is said to imprison the monster Zahak, giving it a mythical role. Today, its image is printed on money, and stamps becoming a source of pride and a national symbol of Iran. Socotra impresses with dragon blood trees shaped like giant umbrellas and red sap, symbolizing the surreal spirit of the island. More than 1/3 of its plants are unique, found only here, making it a rare biological treasure. The terrain includes white beaches, endless sand dunes, limestone mountains, and cave systems stretching for miles. It was recorded in Greek and Roman texts as a hub for trading resin and valuable herbs. Arab legends link it with treasures magic and mysterious spirits, adding mythical colors. Locals still keep their own language and live close to nature, making Socotra truly unique. An-Nafud is a huge red sand desert in Saudi Arabia, covering more than 25,000 square miles with a striking red color that creates a surreal landscape. Its dunes can rise up to 300 feet, and change shape with the wind turning the area into a giant natural sculpture across the horizon. The unusual red color of the sand comes from iron oxide, making An-Nafud completely different from many other deserts around the world. Archaeological evidence, such as stone tools and carvings, shows that humans lived here tens of thousands of years ago. Powerful sandstorms often happen suddenly and can cover the entire horizon in just a few minutes, creating both fear and fascination. Today, An-Nafud attracts explorers and photographers who are drawn to its harsh environment and its impressive, breathtaking beauty. Merzouga stands out with endless red sand and dunes nearly 500 feet high, overwhelming visitors from the first sight. Changing sunlight makes the sand shift colors, creating a living painting in the dry desert. Scientists discovered many marine fossils under the dunes, proving this was once the floor of an ancient ocean. Summer temperatures often rise above 115 degrees F, showing harsh power and testing human endurance. Sahara sandstorms can hide the entire sky, making the desert look surreal, like another world. The mix of grandeur, danger, and mystery makes Merzouga a place that everyone dreams of experiencing once. Hijra impresses instantly with more than 100 giant tombs carved directly into sandstone cliffs over 2,000 years ago. These monuments rise up to 72 feet tall with detailed facades showing the masterful skills of the Nabateans. Its strategic location made Hegra a trade hub for incense myrrh and rare goods across the Arabian Peninsula. Many tombs feature Greek and Roman elements, showing a strong cultural exchange beyond the desert borders. Ancient inscriptions in Nabatean and Aramaic remain visible, providing valuable records about life and beliefs of that era. The mix of surreal desert scenery and ancient ruins turns Hegra into an open-air museum that captures every eye. Wadi El-Hitan is world famous for preserving the rarest collection of ancient whale fossils, turning dry desert into a priceless record of evolution. Skeletons of Basilosaurus reaching 60 feet remain intact, proving sea monsters ruled the ocean 40 million years ago. Many fossils still showed tiny back legs, proving the strange transformation of mammals from water to land. Besides whales, fossils of sharks, crocodiles, and turtles confirm the whole area was once covered by the sea. Golden desert mixed with sandstone and dunes creates surreal scenery like a faraway planet. The mix of science, earth history, and stunning landscapes turns this place into an open-air fossil museum. Petra is known as the Lost City, with pink sandstone monuments carved in detail, creating an immortal landmark of human history. The city thrived over 2,000 years ago, trading spices, gold, and precious goods. Its uniqueness lies in buildings carved into mountains, blending nature and human artistry. People developed an advanced water system to secure life in the dry environment. The cliffs change colors throughout the day, making Petra shine like a living natural museum. With cultural, historical, and architectural value, Petra is honored by UNESCO and chosen as one of the new 7 wonders. Negev stands out because it covers more than half of Israel with about 4,700 square miles, making it a huge desert of natural and historical value. This is the only place on Earth with giant natural craters called Maktesh, formed millions of years ago by rare erosion. The Nabateans once controlled ancient trade routes carrying incense and precious goods across the Middle East. To survive, they built smart channels and water tanks using every drop in the harsh desert. Rock carvings and ruins prove it was once a crossroads of major civilizations. Today, Negev is both cultural heritage and surreal desert landscape, symbolizing human strength and endurance. Tatooine impresses with its dry desert landscape and unique troglodyte houses dug into the ground to resist harsh climate. The ancient Amazigh once lived here and built huge stone fortresses to protect grain and goods from raiders. This land became world famous as the inspiration for the planet Tatooine in the legendary Star Wars films. Tatooine also carries many legends about warriors and survival battles between people and the harsh desert. Festivals with music, dances, and colorful costumes show the vibrant nomadic culture kept alive for centuries. Today, Tatooine is both a travel destination and a global cultural symbol, linking history, legend, and cinema. Khor Al-Adaid stands out as the only site in Qatar nominated as a World Heritage for its rare meeting of desert and sea. It's a place where waves enter the sand, erasing the line between two opposite landscapes. When the tide rises, sand dunes as high as 130 feet are flooded, forming scenes like a desert sinking underwater. In the 19th century, pirates used this landscape as a natural shield to escape foreign ships. Khor Al-Adaid is a natural wonder and a living monument to the fierce history of the Gulf. Sinai Peninsula is known as a rare strategic land, serving as a gateway between continents and keeping legendary religious stories within its rocky mountains. With an area of more than 23,000 square miles, it is a huge land filled with deserts and massive mountains, creating a landscape full of challenges. For thousands of years, it was a trade corridor linking civilizations where spices and precious minerals were constantly exchanged. Especially its turquoise and copper treasures were mined more than 4,000 years ago, proving the wealth and power of ancient Egypt. The land also became a place where people came to make pilgrimages, pray, and reflect on the bond between earth and heaven. This meeting point of fierce nature, glorious history, and sacred spirit makes it a land unlike any other. Judean Desert is known as one of the most unusual deserts because it lies entirely below sea level, creating a natural environment rare in the world. Towering cliffs and deep canyons, some rising thousands of feet, give the landscape a fierce and majestic character. Sunlight makes the rocks constantly shift colors from bright yellow to dark red and then to silver gray like a living natural painting. In the 4th century, Christian monks came here, making the desert a center of meditation and spiritual life. Here, ancient scrolls over 2,000 years old were discovered, becoming one of the most valuable archaeological treasures in modern history. Today, Judean Desert remains a symbol of absolute silence, offering visitors a profound experience of rare solitude. Musandam fjords stand out with limestone mountains over 6,000 feet high, plunging straight into the sea, creating one of the most majestic sights on Earth. The turquoise water is so clear that the seabed and schools of fish can be seen, forming a living picture unforgettable to visitors. Narrow inlets stretch miles inland, making travelers feel like entering a natural maze hidden between mountains and sea. This area also holds a strategic role as it lies at the entrance of the Strait of Hormuz, where more than 20% of the world's oil passes. Local people for generations have lived by the sea, using wooden boats for fishing and preserving their seafaring culture. Musandam fjords today stand as a living proof of the bond between people, the ocean, and the history of global trade. Qasr Al Sarab is the perfect contrast, where one of the driest places on Earth holds one of the most luxurious desert retreats ever made. Giant dunes up to 300 feet tall surround it, like golden waves hugging stone walls, making guests feel like entering a mirage world. At night, all lights go off, leaving only candles and a starry sky so bright it feels like it has fallen near the sand. This place has been ranked by top travel magazines as one of the most beautiful desert resorts ever built. Traditional activities like camel rides, henna art, and Bedouin storytelling are fully recreated for visitors here. Qasr Al Sarab turns tales from the Old East into real-life experiences right in the heart of the desert. Mleha is seen as a time window showing long history from the Stone Age to the Iron Age and Roman periods. Stone tools, tens of thousands of years old, prove it was one of the earliest human settlements in the Middle East. Ancient coins and forts show the land had an important role in intercontinental trade routes. The Red Desert and marine fossils, millions of years old, reveal that this land was once under an ancient ocean. Old tombs, especially horse graves, highlight the role of this animal in war and transport in desert life. Today, Malaya is not only an archaeological site, but also a bridge connecting the distant past with a vibrant present. Jebel Hafit is one of the highest mountains in the UAE, rising nearly 4,100 feet above the desert like a giant natural fortress. The name Hafit is believed to come from Old Arabic meaning lofty or guarding, showing its role as a natural lookout. The road up the mountain is over 7 miles long, with about 60 sharp bends, praised as one of the world's most scenic drives. Inside the mountain, fossils of marine creatures more than 70 million years old show it was once submerged under an ancient ocean. Jebel Hafit is not only a natural wonder, but also a unique symbol of history, culture, and geology in the UAE. Wadi Darbat stands out because a year-round flowing valley appears inside a largely desert nation filled with dense greenery and calm, reflective waters. A river over 5 miles long winds through limestone, forming clear, natural pools where livestock and wildlife gather, creating a rare, steady rhythm of life. A waterfall about 300 feet high drops from white cliffs with fine mist shaping a moving curtain that changes with light and captivates viewers. Limestone caves keep traces of early dwellings and stone tools, showing people chose this moist valley for survival over thousands of years. The valley once sat on the ancient frankincense trade route, linking the Arabian coast with distant markets, giving it lasting economic and spiritual meaning. Wadi Darbat therefore serves as living evidence of the interaction between water limestone and human history on the Arabian Peninsula. Khareef Salalah makes people doubt their eyes when dry desert turns green, and a new world appears in just a few days. Light rain lasts for weeks, covering the land in mist, while plants grow fast and cover once cracked rocks. Waterfalls over 100 feet tall begin to flow, echoing through the valleys like a natural symphony. Locals hold camel races and rainy season festivals where communities sing and celebrate nature coming alive. Though short, this season transforms the weather, the landscape, and the spirit of a vast region. Khareef Salalah is a spellbinding season where weather culture and nature come together in a living miracle. Chebi is world famous for appearing in many Hollywood films thanks to its surreal desert landscape that looks like another planet in the heart of Africa. Towering dunes over 500 feet tall stretch endlessly like waves, making visitors feel overwhelmed and lost in a dreamlike sea of space. Amatai legend says the gods punished this land with a fierce sandstorm, burying an entire settlement beneath massive dunes as a divine warning. At sunset, the desert glows deep orange and red like a sea of fire, reaching all the way to the horizon. Today, Erg Chebi is known as the gateway to the Sahara, where people come to witness raw beauty and the living depth of nomadic culture. Timna Valley stands out as one of the earliest copper mining sites in the world, beginning more than 6,000 years ago, making it an important prehistoric metallurgy center. The copper mines here once supplied precious material for ancient Egypt, used to make tools, weapons, and jewelry for the pharaohs. Remains of ancient furnaces still exist, showing that people organized large-scale metal production very early in history. Nature also left its mark, with sandstone pillars tens of feet high, shaped by wind and rain over millions of years. As sunlight shifts, the rocks turn from red to purple to golden, creating a surreal landscape like a living painting. Today, Timna Valley is seen as an open-air museum where archaeology, geology, and natural beauty combine in one unique place. Tesh Ramon is compared to Mars on Earth, thanks to its dry, rugged, but colorful scenery, making visitors feel like stepping onto another planet. This erosion crater is 25 miles long and more than 5 miles wide, showing the power of nature over hundreds of millions of years. Its cliffs and columns were carved by wind and rain into strange shapes, looking like giant sculptures of nature. Valuable minerals such as quartz and multicolored sandstone were also found inside, adding geological importance. In history, it was a stop on the incense route, where traders carried frankincense and spices. Maktesh Ramon is therefore not only a place of science, but also a surreal experience for visitors exploring Israel's desert. Al-Qudra Lakes attract attention as artificial lakes in the middle of the desert, creating a green oasis with a rare, contrasting landscape. These waters host more than 170 bird species, from flamingos to ospreys, turning it into a bird-watching paradise in the Middle East. Not only birds, but desert animals like gazelles and sand foxes also survive here, thanks to water and vegetation around the lakes. The view is magical, with blue water lying right beside giant golden dunes, creating an impressive image. Modern water control technology transformed harsh sands into a biodiverse environment, acting as a green lung of the desert. Al-Qudra Lakes have become a symbol of the UAE's ambition to recreate nature and build a sustainable living space. Boutina shocked the world when it reached the finals of the new Seven Wonders of Nature, becoming a source of pride for the UAE and a rare marine treasure. What is strange is that even though the water here is highly salty and very hot, coral reefs, seagrass, and mangroves still thrive strongly. It is home to more than 600 dugongs, the second largest population on Earth after Australia, proving its global importance. Over 150 species of fish, along with endangered green turtles and hawksbill turtles, have turned these waters into a unique biodiversity hotspot. Buttina is therefore both a biological heaven and a symbol of the UAE's commitment to protecting the ocean.